and keep that consistency. But also, like, I want it to be there. There's no limit so that I can develop and improve over time. I'm not trying to go for consistency so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to show like a journey and a lifetime sort of thing.
Algorand.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Seawill, and this is the Passive Income Network. On this channel, we talk about creating assets that produce passive income. We have a special guest here today. We have an NFT artist on Algorand, Dale Forward. What's up? How you doing?
Hey man, so you got that intro down, man.
Yeah, man. You know, got to make it happen. We got to make the show entertaining. You know.
Yeah.
So let me break it down for the audience here. We got a Dale Forward, an NFT artist out of New South Wales, Australia. So he's connecting all the way over here. We had to deal with time zones and, you know, all the stuff that goes into this. But so we doing a global thing here. We networking and we're talking about his project, and it's a very interesting art. So we want to break that down. You want to say what's up and kind of introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm Dale. I've lived in Australia all my life. Actually, never been outside of it. Been an artist all my life. Like, started off with drawing, and then it progressed into me, say, making books and stuff with that. But then because of that, like my I drew so much that my arm was getting sore, so I actually went into 3D to balance out my body. And then it just progressed. Like, I taught myself augmented reality. And then, like, just recently, a lot of people were saying to get into NFTs. So I've been, like, just smashing that. And then, like, just got into Algorand because I was on, like, OpenSea before with Ether. But, Algorand with the like, no gas fees and the great community and stuff. It just kills it. But, and, like, I love traditional art too. Like, I see a lot of the pixel art and stuff these days, and it's just I appreciate it, but it's not my taste. So I really want to bring in my style into the community now, like all the NFTs and stuff.
Man, I respect it. Pixel art, you know, it's all right too. I kind of hear you, the 8-bit stuff and all that, but I'm definitely what I've been seeing too is like artists like yourself that's coming into this NFT space, bringing something different, you know.
Yeah.
And what you said, holograms, that's fire. I love holograms.
Oh, yeah.
Or you said augmented reality, excuse me.
Yeah.
Augmented reality is dope. That's something I heard about, 5-6 years ago. Can you talk more about the augmented reality?
Yeah, so this was just before COVID hit. I taught myself how to use Unity, a game making program.
I know Unity.
And that's the program I still use to make all my 3D stuff today. And in that, you can do augmented reality. And so I was testing out all the different ways, but it actually has an inbuilt AR system in it that you can use. And so I built then an augmented reality tarot card deck. So you can then buy the cards, and the cards have like all scribbles and stuff.
I'm like, wait, you got to break it down. That's going to be over some people's head. What do you mean tarot card decks? Like some Magic the Gathering type stuff, or
sorry. So you know how they will have like tarot readings and stuff. Like
tarot cards. Oh, okay,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and so like what you can then do is you look at the cards and they got all like little scribbles and stuff on them. So you don't know what each card is until you put your phone on there, and then it'll come up with the each card, and then even in the app you can press a button and it'll have a description of the card that you're reading and stuff.
Okay, so where it comes out of your phone?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
through
about.
your phone. Yeah.
Okay. I had to break that down. I'm like, it's a lot of technology. Out here.
No. You think it's hard to explain? Try and learn how to do it. Like that's a whole different thing. Had to teach myself how to code and everything. I can't code. And so then. A good thing though that happened was, so when COVID hit, I avoided shipping everything because postage and stuff, and so I turned it all into a completely digital version. So now you can have like just the app on its own, and like from that, that's where I really started to pursue like the 3D art, because I was thinking like with augmented reality and apps on the phone, you really need to limit the amount of, say, models and the particle effects and details and stuff, because phones are pretty like slow and pretty
Yeah.
weak. And so then once I sort of broke away from being on the phone, I was like, oh yeah, I could do so much more intense, like powerful visual images if it's just like a static picture or just like a
Mm-hmm.
video. And so that's when I started pursuing like video content and like making books. I was making books heaps quick. Like I think I released a book where I made 60 pages in like 2 weeks, sort of
Like
thing,
a
just
book
smashed it out.
of just with like art.
Yep, yeah. So it was it's on my website, so daleforward.com.
Dale Forward.
And
Yeah, make sure y'all
it
tap
was
into daleforward.com. It's
yeah, there's
very
heaps of
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, like so I made a book for where it's made for aliens. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like all in another language and stuff. And that taught me heaps about how people perceive art, because it actually didn't go as well as what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always am learning from the stuff. The weakest, like the stuff that goes terrible, is the stuff that you learn the most from. And so
Facts. Yeah, I hear you on
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, and so then from that though, because I was doing it so quick, I like stood back a little bit and said, "All right, let's take a little bit of time." And I spent just one day making one artwork, where I would make like 10 in a day, and that one artwork was a spider that I made, and that was the first NFT that I ever put up, and it was on OpenSea, and it sold that same day, and I was like, "Oh God!" Like, and then
Okay, real quick, who told
yeah.
you to like about Ethereum?
So
How'd you find out about Ethereum in the first place?
yeah, so like I've known a little bit about crypto here and there for a while and stuff, but to be involved, it was like some local people that were sort of into crypto and stuff. They were saying, Dale, you should get onto like NFTs. And I started to go onto it and like look around, but I didn't know where to start. And so
Yep.
one of my friends here that does like just drawing and stuff, he was getting into NFTs, and he said use OpenSea and use MetaMask. Those are just the main ones everybody uses. And I was like, cool, all right, awesome. I'll just try with that. But then the first time I tried to get on there though, I had to pay the gas fees, because you have to do the one-time payment to go on there.
Yep.
And then for some reason, like I don't know if you've ever tried, but when I went on there, it didn't go through. So I paid that money, but it wasn't accepted.
Yeah, so yeah.
And I was like, oh my
so
God, no, NFTs never again.
Yeah, let's break it down for the audience real quick. He's talking about on Ethereum, a failed transaction, you still get charged a fee. That's necessarily what's happening. Because all these folks over here on Algorand,
Yes.
that does not happen. But if a transaction fails, Ethereum still charges the gas fee for you attempting the transaction. That's terrible.
It cut me up, man.
Yeah.
Like that was a big blow for me. Like, because I was like, why? Like, I don't understand. But then when I saw that it was everybody else was going through this stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, but yeah. And,
so then Algorand, where did
again.
Algorand come in?
So I was noticing that the fees on OpenSea and using Ether were ridiculous. Like, it was about the same as what I was charging for the thing. And then I put up on a post on a Discord for like some NFT artists. And shout out to one of my mates, Hypnagogus. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No, shout out to him though.
Yeah, he's great. He said, I'm using Algo. I'm using like Algorand and AB2 gallery and stuff. And he was saying, yeah, try that out. You'll probably go all right with it. And so then I was like sort of taking my time. I put some stuff up there. And then I put up this one where it was like an NFT of a spider, but then its face was like a gun. And I love it so much. And that was it was the first one to sell. And I think I sold it for like 88 algo, which for me was a considerable amount of money. And I was like, oh fuck, like this is legit now. Like and so then I started pursuing it a bit more heavily.
Yep.
And there was people like D4 is another algo artist.
D4, look him up.
Yeah, he was real big supporting me early on. And so him being quite a big algo artist, I was like, oh, right. So if some of the bigger guys are supporting me, then it must be like I'm going good and stuff.
Hey, that's how it, man. You know what?
Yeah.
You got me excited. I'm gonna put some on the screen so we can
Yeah.
show the audience what type of stuff we're talking about. Augmented reality, all kind of. And what was the project called? God's.
Okay, yeah. So the whole project that I'm doing right
You see
now
the
is
screen
called
right here?
Algo Gods. And so Algo Gods is basically just I'm gonna upload a minimum one a day, and I might upload more than one, like on the
Algo
weekends and
Gods.
stuff.
Okay. Wait, can you see
Yeah,
the screen
because
here?
sorry.
You see the screen?
Yep. Yeah. I
Okay,
can see
cool.
the screen,
Algo
yeah.
Gods. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
So and so I've been like selling them every day for maybe the last like 2 weeks or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's still really early days, but yeah, I'm up to 23 at the moment.
Yeah,
And
this is
so,
dope.
yeah, man. And it feels like this is all this only public stuff. You should see the hidden stuff. That's
Yeah. Okay.
stuff I
Yeah.
haven't uploaded yet.
So yeah, when you contact me too, I be checking out, looking at posts, seeing what's going on in the community, and I was okay, this is dope. So this
Thank
is
you.
some AR augmented reality type stuff. Is this what
Oh,
you
no.
really?
This stuff is
this
just
is holler.
this
Yeah,
is
let's
just
break
gift.
this one down.
Yeah, so with the augmented reality stuff, that's kind of separate. That's on my website, and that's
Okay.
like physical items. This stuff is more just pure gifts in like NFT sort of forms.
Mm.
So I wanted to make sure that they were gifts, so then you could get that sense of depth and everything with it.
Yes,
And
and that's what I like. There's depth there, like you said, depth of field and all that. And then just where you describe it, that rotation is pretty fly.
yeah, no, like I wanted to try and take it to the next level as much as I could. Like, and that's something that so like Beeple is a huge influence of mine, like one of the most famous NFT artists. And
Yep.
one thing that I always loved about his stuff was the gifts that he made. But and yeah, I had a big auction, so I've been like really promoting that one piece and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, like and yeah, so something about Beeple's work where it's all static images, and as much as I love his work, I was like, I want to see more depth, like
Yeah.
I want to feel like that picture's right there. And having that slight wiggle where it's taken me a little bit of time to get it right, like
Mhm.
sometimes it can be a bit sickening or sometimes it's too subtle or you can't notice. But once you hit it right, it feels like you can just touch that piece right out in front of you. And
Yeah.
I think especially when you're trying to sell an NFT or something, like having it feel like it's there in front of you, like an object rather than a flat picture. For
Mhm.
me, that's important. Like you're buying a physical thing rather than a digital item. Where I think for
I'm
a lot of
agreeing,
people at the moment,
Yeah, I'm like,
sorry?
yes, because it's because a lot of what I've seen a lot of NFT artists at this point now, it's like make one character, which is not a bad idea, but one character and
No,
put
yeah.
different outfits on them. I'm kind of
Yeah.
over that a little bit, so I
Yeah.
do like to see different mixes and mediums of art together to make it more unique. So that's
Yeah.
why I think that is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And yeah, because the general idea for it, with Algo Gods, was they're sort of like big epic creatures or whatever.
Mhm.
Like that's the general thing. But I didn't want to really do a collection and limit myself. Like people were saying, do a collection, it'll be really good. Like do a limit of maybe 100 or 300 and stuff.
Mhm.
But then I was thinking, I don't know if I want to maybe commit to that so early on and stuff. Like,
No, I hear you. Hey, no, I'm
and
the same way. Like,
yeah.
do I? Because you might want to
Yeah.
develop later and switch something up. I hear you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like so what like and I talked to so many people. Like the huge thing for me was talking to everybody about this.
Mhm.
And the thing that I came to the conclusion was I want to upload every day because that helps me be motivated, like and keep that consistency. But also like I want it to be there's no limit so that I can develop and improve over time. I'm not trying to go for consistency so much.
Mhm.
I'm trying to show like a journey and a lifetime sort of thing.
Yeah.
But what I'm planning to do in maybe the next few weeks is doing like collections inside the Algo God big collection. So I was just thinking today of like having a Dragons versus Giants collection. So it's just like 30 pictures and they're all in that sort of one universe or whatever.
Mhm.
And then I can say do more ones that might be like a full story and stuff. because as you can probably see, there's like a bit like fantasy style here and there, sci-fi as well.
Trolls
So
and
like,
all kind of different shit. Yeah. Dragons is dope. Nebulas and shit. Yeah.
So like building a story and a backstory behind some pieces, so I could make like and big news, right? I haven't actually shared this yet, but I got a 3D scanner just the other day, right? So I'm gonna scan my face, so that now I can put me as some of the characters.
Hey, we're gonna have to collab.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to. That sounds crazy.
It's so much fun, and like so I'm gonna be some of the main characters.
You got like a real device that scans your head.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, so it's like a camera, and you just have it on a little tripod and just scan over your face. You can do it for any sort of thing, but you do it for your face. Like that's what you do.
And then you can put yourself like in with the dragons and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I could be a dragon, or I don't know. Like I could put myself in a little spacesuit and stuff, and
that's thinking outside the box for sure.
Yeah, well, and I think that for me, the big thing for my art is people getting my NFTs more so because they love my art and I guess they like what I represent and stuff, rather than thinking of it as a long-term investment so much. Like, I think there's no issue with the whole investment thing. I think they do believe that I'm going to continue and I'm probably going to increase in price and stuff. But as a lot of people say, when you're buying an NFT, buy it for you love the art. Like, not so much thinking of it as an investment sort of thing first.
Really?
And so
I hear, I mean, because I haven't went around buying NFTs as an investment because I kind of feel the same way. I buy the coins for the investment. But again, I do see a value of certain projects, rising in the future. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, and it's like, say if I was to buy an Algorand one, like I personally, I'm not like super attracted to the art. So if I was to buy one though, it'd be 100% for an investment sort of thing.
That's different. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's sort of
shout out to
the project. Yeah. Like the more that the project develops, it changes how you view it. Like, and this has been a huge thing for me as well lately is like how many people are viewing your work and liking it changes your personal perception on the artwork.
Yep.
So say if you see a piece that has no likes, it looks less than if it had 100 likes, no matter if the artwork changes.
It's all mental.
Yeah. So I'm trying to tap into the rest of the artwork, basically, which the artwork is the GIF, but the rest of the artwork is the Twitter page and like the amount of likes and stuff, the price, everything like that.
Yeah, the whole ecosystem of the piece of art. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's when I think it's now like I'm really extending the artwork over it all, like because really I just want to make great artworks, and if I can get paid and like a livable wage sort of thing from it, happy days. But I'd be doing this anyway, so it's like I'm trying to really just push it, and I think the thing I'm really trying to hold on to is like not thinking that I'm too successful right now, even though I'm selling them here and there. I want that hunger, like to push and like I want to keep and maintain that hunger because it's like I see my work now and I'm like, I can still sharpen that up.
Get better,
And then once I've sharpened just the visuals up, then it goes out into like the story and then how the connections between each other NFT builds it up. So there's a lot to build on. And people are saying that they like my stuff now. I can't wait to see in like a year or something how much it changes. Like,
because
this is like week 3 of my NFTs.
This is it's very interesting, because like I make NFTs and I do them differently where it's like art mixed with music, so I'm trying to put something different into the game as well. But so I'm like, hell yeah, more power to you. That's dope. Okay, let me ask some other questions. Talk about Algorand real quick. What is your like favorite project on Algorand? Like like Yieldly, Opolis. Like what are you looking at? Planet. Like what are you thinking? Thinking?
The only other thing that I've been involved in, if we're talking about just that stuff, is Yieldly. Like I've just been sort of staking on there a little bit, just to like. I'm sort of just still experimenting with it. I'm not too like full on with it yet, but and I guess because I haven't like staked heaps yet, there's not a huge return. So it's like it's going to be a slow process sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so that for me is like, oh yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm always curious to see what
Yeah.
people are rocking with. Because, some people I talk to too, are only in NFTs, which, and they're not really about some of the other stuff there. And then I'm kind of, dabbling a little bit of everything. NFTs took me a while to start getting into them, so I'm always interested to see what people are into.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I'm mostly focusing on NFTs. Like I'm more sort of thinking of this as rather than the investing in things, it's more me making stuff to sell in a really simple sort of way. And so like I know that your thing is more about passive income and stuff. And I still sort of feel like I'm a pretty active with everything. Like but as well, like I can easily have days off if I want to, if I have a nice backlog. And I know in the future, it's like it's going to be a slow build where by having secondary sales and stuff, that would be the sort of passive income.
So,
but like
overall, you're building an asset, and that's what I dig the most. So a whole, it's intellectual property, at the end of the day. So I think it's dope because there is so much more growth, and I'm feeling like just being in just this Algorand ecosystem, I'll say for about a year. So much has happened. So I'm like, you never know what could happen next with the developments and all the opportunities.
Like I have been looking into more metaverse stuff as well in a more broad sense. So looking like investing in sand and stuff.
Sand, in the Decentraland, it has been going wild.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some like months back when but I'm like, damn, it's running. And in metaverse, especially since Facebook made that announcement, it's like basically even more legitimized that metaverse. I performed in the metaverse about 2 weeks ago. I rapped my song.
Yeah, awesome.
So that was a different experience, but it's happening. So sand is going to the moon.
Yeah, sand's legit. I'm all for sand.
So I might have to dabble in for sure.
Oh, bro, it's growing real quick. Like I don't know when it's sort of gonna like plateau out a little bit, but I know that for me personally, I feel like it's a safe sort of bet in a way. The amount of people that are invested in that, like in the sandbox sort of thing, it's for me like I'm like all for it, and especially like getting into putting NFTs into the metaverse too, like or like 3D models and stuff. I just got an Oculus Quest 2. So I can do all the 3D painting. I can't wait to really get good at that. But to make like 3D models and then be able to sell them as like statues for your own digital house or something, that's like, that's where it's at, man.
No, that's nice. Because I've used the Oculus and I've done some stuff. I filmed, I forgot what the device called, but with, 360 cameras. So I have dabbled in with making, rooms and environments, but as a product, that's something to think about.
I think the sandbox. So there, have you heard of like the sandbox? That's like So like they have actually made programs that you can just download and like then you can make your own say avatar and stuff. You can also make your own 3D models that you can then sell. You can design games and stuff for the sandbox. And so that's where I think a lot of things are going to build so that people are now going to make custom content for you to have. So you've got all your avatars because this stuff's happened for years, like, Second Life and all that. And but now it's like mainstream, like this, they're just trying to go center stage. And Facebook, I think, is really going to try and push it, saying this is the norm now.
So with Sandbox, a question swept my mind. Oh, so is it built upon Ethereum? Like when we paying fees with Sandbox, what are they using?
I think it was like a mix of Ethereum and then Sand as their own coin. Now I don't know much about it really, all those sort of details. But I do know that you can buy land on OpenSea for Ethereum. So but I think they're also trying to push Sand as like its own coin. and stuff too.
Okay. Damn, because I love it. Like, I'm more of like sand and like Decentraland. I'm thinking as an investor, but to like really participate, if you got to use Ethereum, that is like a drawback for me.
Well, I think that's probably why they're trying to push sand and stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, sand was just an investment because I was just thinking that stuff's gonna pop real quick.
I know. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, it's been running, so I don't like to usually hop on something while it's running, but kind of thinking about it.
Don't think too long, man. It's like it's gonna keep going up, I swear. Because and this is early days too.
Yeah,
I don't think it's even been released properly yet.
Nah, the utility behind it is just amazing. I might have to put that one off the watch list into the portfolio.
Yeah.
So okay, before we head out, right? Can you give any advice that for an artist, right, that is like thinking about hopping into this NFT world, like as you did yourself?
So probably the most important thing is knowing what questions to ask and asking really good specific questions. Because I think a lot of people come in, they don't know what to ask and who to ask it to. Ask everybody, but also if you don't know who to talk to, ask people who to talk to. Really it's just those specific questions and double check everything early on. Double check pricing, titles, uploading, all those basic stuff. Because the market is heaps different to any other sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
And I would say that if you weren't making artworks before this, you're probably not going to really make heaps of artworks for NFTs. If this is something you would do normally and it's not really just to make money, like just making any old thing to make money, your passion will come out in it. And if you have good artworks, the only other thing that you need then is the promotional side. So it's being they usually say it's kind of 50-50 sort of thing. So you put enough time into the art and then enough time into promo and it should just work. But early on too, keep it nice and fluid. Don't be too strict on anything. Get constant feedback, record or just consider as you're going through all the things that went well and didn't go well. The best thing early on is be just a little bit ambitious too. Don't think because it's a lower price that you're going to get more sales. Be honest with yourself and then just go a tad little more right at the beginning. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. It's so early on. But it's better, I think, to start just a little bit ambitious. Then you can work it back down once you've figured out that sort of thing. Because I started off as a higher price, but then I learnt a little bit more because people were saying you want more sales early on because you want more followers and stuff.
Yep.
And really, so I dropped the price down, but because I'm going for consistency now. And that's my big goal is not so much making big sales, but consistent sales. So that it shows now and it proves that you can do what you're doing. And then just building those followers, building the amount of investors, talk to them all, get them all on your messages and stuff, because those guys are going to tell you when you're doing something wrong, when you're doing it right, all those things. And and just also figuring out time zones is a thing. Learn when they're awake and when they're asleep. But, maybe also consider using, so I use Twitter primarily. That seems like the NFT space at the moment.
Facts.
Discord as a secondary sort of one of getting in more group-based things. So getting used to those two. And also look at a lot of NFT projects that are similar and also heaps levels higher than you and try and model off them first. Once you've got your footing in your market, then try and adjust it to your own lifestyle a little bit more. Because you might not want to upload one a day like me. You might just want to upload one a week or 3 a day, or you might just have collections. Figure out what your lifestyle is. But the most important thing, I think, is to always try and learn more all the time. And that might not be researching online, but learning about yourself and how you improve. That sort of stuff. That's when this is.
Hey, this is gold. Sorry, I'm Hey, hope
Like,
y'all when y'all listen, pay attention for real.
yeah,
You
man,
dropped the
like,
whole blueprint and
yeah.
everything.
So I've
But go
got a
ahead, I just had
background.
to say.
I've got a background in primary school teaching, so I love
Okay.
teaching and explaining things. I teach martial arts as well, so this is all love. Like,
Yep.
but basically, if you consistently think about learning and being fluid with the project, trying to follow what works and what people are liking and stuff, the whole idea is remove all the rubbish and only good stuff will remain.
Yep.
Basically, it's like so. And then if you can continue to improve and be more ambitious with your works, there's always levels to improve. Then this becomes not just a 1 month project, but a lifetime sort of thing that could change forever. But
Hey.
the thing is, try and find it to work once, and so get one sale. And so you just got to figure out then why that worked. Just do it again. Don't think about making the next big step and improving your sales and stuff. Just consistently like plateau for a bit. And then once you've done that 5 or 10 times, and this can be in your artworks too, of making good artworks, don't think about improving all the time. Sometimes just think plateauing, because that solidifies it. It's like when you do exercise and you don't always increase the weight every time. Sometimes you got to just stay on like a few kilos, and then it solidifies those gains. You need to solidify just as much as you
lay that, make sure you dense into that zone. Make sure you got what you got going, and then yes, 100%. Because it's like I just started. Me and my girl lady started fluid painting. It's some new type of painting style that we found.
I've seen all that.
And so I'm like, trying it out, and exactly what you said. We just like we're having fun with it, but then the urge is already there to make it better. And it's hella interesting. But definitely, we just completing our first set. So 100% facts to proof what you're saying. I love it.
Yeah.
Teaching on here.
Yeah. And because I would say, man, you feel it when you want to go to the next level. And when you've gotten to that next level and you've just achieved it, it's sort of, for me, it's like you just get your head above water. You got to just stay there for a little bit and struggle just for a little bit, and then you learn how to breathe and stuff. Once you learn how to breathe, then there's room in your head now to go, we could probably take it to the next level. Yeah. So you got to get up to that level where you can't really breathe, and then stay there for as long as you can. Because naturally as well, you're going to go down just slightly, and that's when now you can pop back up again.
It's like the charts.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun stuff, but it's like stuff that people need to remember, like, because you just might forget sometimes that you like don't always have to improve all the time. And
I mean, for real, yeah.
And also
maintaining is also very important.
Yeah.
It's like maintaining what like you said, maintaining those gains, that ability, so you have that shit down before you run yourself too thin.
Yeah. And also, one last thing I would say is if you're trying to think about how you would improve something, sometimes it's not always obvious, and like the best way is to try and find like different directions to it. So some people sort of think, all right, let's just keep throwing everything directly at this, say one artwork or whatever, and then it'll improve. But no, sometimes the better thing is to take a step back and look at the rest of the world so you have a better viewpoint on what that artwork is. Because like it's not just making the artwork good, it's making
and you're the sensei of art right now.
Yeah. Man, I could talk about this all day. This is my life. Like,
no, that's dope. I appreciate it. So we're gonna close out. Again, welcome to the Passive Income Network. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure if you're not on Discord, I'll send you that link too.
Yeah,
we're collaborating. We're gonna have to do some type of giveaway or something in the future because we're trying to get artists also in this Discord. And give out art, give out algos and things like that to build a lot of engagement. So I think that shit would be dope. We should talk.
You can get some music for one of my pieces. That'd be sick.
Exactly. We'll talk offline. Y'all. So again, I'm gonna close out. Dale Forward out from Australia, Seawill in Portland, collabing on the Passive Income Network. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all catch it when we replay it on Spotify. It'll be on YouTube and whatnot. Follow Dale Forward, check out his website, and tap into the Passive Network. We go.
Thank you.
Algorand. See the crypto, a digital face. 2021 fiat replace. Had to have it. Bank account by Algorand. Large amounts.